thought was the love of her life. He was in the middle of military service, so she decided to move to Italy to be with him. Carol found a job as a nanny and settled into the Italian life, working for a wealthy religious family. One day, as she walked through the hall of their grand house, a religious painting fell off the wall in front of her. A deeply religious housemaid witnessed the incident and reported to the head of the family that she had been unsettled by what she saw, as Carol was praying as the painting fell from the wall. Days later, when Carol accompanied the family to their retreat in the Italian Alps, a series of fires broke out in their home. The family became suspicious of Carol and linked the incident to the painting, believing she had released some sort of poltergeist into their home. A few days later, she was fired and found a new nanny job with the Tonti family. At first, the job seemed perfect for her, but soon Carol started hearing scratching noises around the house and several religious statues were found smashed. The grandmother of the family started to suspect Carol and started calling her Strega or witch. Carol brushed off these ridiculous accusations, as did the rest of the family, but not long after, a fire broke out in the family's 3-year-old children's bedroom. Thankfully, the child survived, but the police were called, and because of a previous incident with fires, Carol was arrested for attempted murder. In December 1983, Carol stood trial and was found guilty of arson and attempted arson, but not guilty of attempted murder. She was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, but as she had already been locked up for 16 months awaiting trial, her sentence was suspended and she was released. The media went wild with claims of the nanny witch, especially in Britain, where the girl they call a witch was front headlines. Even though there was never any evidence to link her to the fires or strange going-ons in the 2 family homes, to this day it's believed Carol was being followed by a poltergeist that wanted to bring nothing but evil into her life. In 1990, Carol published a book about her ordeal called Superstition: The True Story of the Nanny They Call a Witch. The book includes evidence from experts who suggested she was the victim of a poltergeist. The South Shields Poltergeist, Tyne and Wear, England. In December 2005, a young couple, Mark and Marianne, returned to their terrace house in South Shields, England, to find 2 chairs stacked on top of each other and on their table. This was the start of their poltergeist story, and over the next few months they experienced several more unexplained events, such as objects disappearing from one room and ending up in another, doors slamming by themselves when no breeze was present, often waking them up in the night, and even a chest of drawers was moved from a bedroom and onto the landing. One evening, as the couple got ready for bed, they said that the room felt unusually cold. As they turned the lights off and snuggled down for the night, Marianne was hit on the head with something. She immediately sat upright and turned on the lights to discover it was her son's toy dog. Moments later, she was hit with another toy, and soon the couple were being bombarded from all directions with flying objects. As they pulled the duvet around themselves for protection, they became aware of a hand trying to pull the cover from them for a few seconds, and had to wrestle with something that was trying to tug at the duvet. What happened next was even more horrific. Mark screamed in pain as long claw-like scratches appeared on his back, 13 in total. The couple got so desperate they called in paranormal investigators, and over many months the investigators witnessed and photographed many disturbances. It's reported that the poltergeist hung the couple's son's rocking horse by one rein from the loft hatch, and in another sinister incident, a large toy bunny was found sat in a chair holding a box cutter blade. The poltergeist also started writing threatening messages on a whiteboard and sent text messages to Marianne's phone saying, "I'm going to get you, and you're dead." The texts were attempted to be traced, but to no success. The final straw for the couple was when their child started to be moved from his bed and put on the floor. They even found him wrapped up in a cupboard, seemingly asleep but with his eyes wide open. The terrified couple have since moved out of the area and have refused to discuss the incident or identify themselves. Although no real harm was done, investigators have speculated that the poltergeist was trying to generate fear in order to be able to feed from the emotion that generates. And even today, no true explanation for the activity has been given. The Enfield Poltergeist. Due to its recent coverage in a program called The Enfield Haunting, the Enfield Poltergeist has become one of the most popular poltergeist cases in history. It all started with Margaret Hodgson and her 4 children: Billy aged 7, Johnny aged 10, Janet aged 11, and Margaret aged 12. They all lived in a council house in Enfield, UK, and in 1977 their terrifying ordeal began when a poltergeist took over their home. The activity started one night when the girls, Margaret and Janet, were in bed, and suddenly their chest of drawers started moving towards them. Their mother, who could hear the noises downstairs, went to see what was going on and told the girls to stop messing around. Then all of a sudden the chest lurched towards her. She pushed it back, only for it to move towards her again. All that night, the terrified family were kept awake by strange noises and knocking throughout the home. This was the start of their 2-year ordeal with a poltergeist, and over the next few months, the family continued to experience knocking on the walls and furniture moving seemingly by itself. They also had Lego bricks and marbles thrown at them, and fires would light around the house then spontaneously extinguish themselves. On more than one occasion, Janet was thrown from her bed and apparently levitated in the air with toys swirling around her. This was witnessed by 2 passers-by who could see it through the bedroom window. Shortly after, a priest and a police officer were called in, but neither could resolve or explain the activity. Both, however, acknowledged that it was happening, which for some adds strong credibility to the Enfield case. Things continued to get worse, and Janet was often physically attacked, one time being strangled by her bedsheets, and if it wasn't for her mother, things may have turned bad. Eventually, paranormal investigators were called in, Maurice Gross and Guy Leon Playfair, who recorded over 2,000 unexplained events within the home. They witnessed Janet being dragged from her bedroom and down the stairs, a cast iron Victorian fireplace ripped from the wall, which weighed 60 pounds and could not have been lifted by the children, and when Janet began barking, things took an even darker turn. They were all sat downstairs when Janet started doing this, so Maurice decided to ask questions. The spirit coming through Janet was thought to be a man called Bill, who previously lived and died in the house. It was first thought that Janet was faking the voice, but investigations showed it would have been almost impossible for her to keep up such a voice that came from the false vocal cords deep in the throat, and after her mouth was filled with water and taped up, the voice could still clearly be heard. The investigators are confident she was not messing around.
Come on, my name's Morris. Let me hear you say it.
Morris.
Why can't Janet feel you?
I'm invisible.
You're invisible. Why are you invisible?
I'm a G-H-O-S-T.
The voice does sound like an old man, and when those recordings were played to the man's son it was believed to be, he is confident it was his father coming through, leading the investigators to believe Janet was indeed possessed by Bill and was not faking the voice. Around 2 years after the first strange event in the home, all the activity stopped. Now, it was believed the children were playing along with the story and exaggerating at times, but to this day, Janet is adamant that everything that happened in that house was real, and senses the poltergeist will always come with her. So that's 5 terrifying poltergeist stories.
time for the... We have some inconveniences to dispose of.
What we talking, Scoot? Nails, talk to me. I'll listen to you.
Ja, das ist... How long do you wish... Super! How long? You got it.
For how...
There are enemies in the vicinity.
What's up?
Yes? It's time to spring into action. Yes?
Primed. Suck my exhaust. Ow! They got my number. Rivals. Primed. Bogus.
Yes?
What's up?
Sure. It wasn't as close as it looked.
What's up? Primed. Bogus.
Yeah.
Yes?
Bogus.
Yes?
Yeah.
Come on, you sons of bitches! Is that the best you can do? Bogus.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Primed. Primed. Oh. Scheiße. You'll have to do better than that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Standing by.
Oh.
Target dispatched. Target in sight. Standing by. Standing by.
Oh. Primed. Primed. Damn. Ain't looking easy, Scooter. Bogus! Bullets be handy, man. Bogus!
Yeah?
Yes?
What's up?
Standing by. All right. Standing by. Standing by. They probably haven't strayed too far. Standing by.
Primed. Let the games begin. Wicked! Primed.
Some of them got lucky. Probably still close by, I bet.
Standing by.
Good
Understood. Okay. Standing by. We have some inconveniences to dispose of. Target dispatched. Standing by.
Primed. I'm on it.
What's up?
Yes? Okay.
Yeah? Enemy agent!
Standing by. Standing by.
Yeah?
Primed. What's that?
Yeah?
Yes? Got it. Yes?
We failed to locate all of them. I would not go crazy.